Hey everyone, welcome to the Forex Dojo. Forex Sensei here, and I just wanted to let you know how you can make 10K in one day trading Forex. Now, disclaimer, everything I'm saying here is for educational purposes only. However, once you are sufficient in learning how to trade Forex, the sky is the limit. It's all down to what you're going to do yourself in terms of your mindset and your goals that you set. So, with that in mind, let's look at this pair right here. Right here, I'm looking at XAU USD, or formerly known as gold. So, when we look at gold here, gold is a very volatile pair, and I'll be explaining how gold works in the future video. But let me show you how you could potentially make 10,000. Now that could be pounds, it could be dollars, I'll show you in a moment, or it could be euros. I'll show you in a moment how that's done. So let's take a look. So first of all, we need to decide what is the pip amount you would need in order to generate 10,000 in one day. So if we look at this pip value calculator here, we can see that if I use a value of 1350 pips, and the reason why I'm using that will be in another video that's entitled how to double your account per trade. Stay tuned for that video. We can see here that with this pip amount, using a lot size of 5 lots, you'll be able to generate 5,471 pounds. Now, I implement a strategy of twin trading. So every time I put a trade on, you're effectively doubling your trade there. So with that in mind, you're actually looking for 1350 as the pip amount, but in total it will be 2700, giving us that magic number of 10,943 pounds and 40. Look at it in euros, 12,000. Look at it in US, 13,500. Now, this is also a stage to build up to. A lot of you might be starting off with lot sizes of, for example, 1 or 0.01, depending on your account size, and I'll be going through a video as to if you're going to double your account, a small account or any size account, what would be some indicative numbers for you to start off with as a balance. That'll be coming in a separate video. So if you like these videos, please like and subscribe and comment. Liking will tell the YouTube algorithm to send this video to more people to watch. Commenting is always good for engagement, so I can know how you guys feel about these videos. And also, hit the subscribe button. I'm looking to get this channel monetized. I'll be straight honest and forward with you guys, and doing this is a real blast for me. So, with that in mind, if we look at 2700 pips, or as I mentioned, 1350 on gold, gold is a very volatile pair. It is very active, and it doesn't take a lot for you to hit your targets, depending on what your targets are going to be. So if we look at this pair, so on Monday, and in terms of the strategy itself and how it works, that'll be coming in a future video as well. But if we look at the pair here, we can see here the market is trending downwards. Market makers from Asian session, that's about 12 o'clock to 6 o'clock, come downwards and create this impression that we're going to continue to go short. As the market comes down, we can see here on the TDI that we're coming in an upcoming video, that we can see here that there is equal setting here, there's divergence here. So what divergence is, simply when the TDI is showing one thing and price is showing another. So we can clearly see here there's divergence, and I'll explain what it is when I do the TDI video. However, if you saw this happen, what you could do is you could put on a trade such as here, and you can drill down to the 1 minute chart. I use 1 minute for my entries, so we can drill down to the 1 minute chart, and you can see that there is a entry that can be done here. Now, in terms of rules of entries and so on, I'll go through that in a separate video. Depending on how advanced you are, if you're a beginner, I would always recommend that you come into the charts at least at the 513 cross, such as here or here. If you're advanced and you know what you're doing, then about here. Or if you want to come in at the yellow EMA, which is this one here, then you could actually come all the way down to here. Either way, it's an entry that once it worked, it paid off. So here we can see I set the stop loss to 200. It is out of the way. The market makers are looking for stops that are here. And bearing in mind, there are people who are trapped here, which at this point in time, they may have been margin called out or something would have happened. I'll explain what that is once I go through other videos as well. But as you can see here, if we set our target to 1350 or 1400, because if you look at your broker, they will take something away using the spread as well as also using the commission as well. So setting your take profit to be a little bit higher isn't a bad thing. So as we can see here, in the space of 30 minutes or 45 minutes really, you've hurt 1400 pips. If you continue to hold that, the trade here up to the white EMA here, about 1820. So we can see here that the 1400 that I gave here on the 5 lot size generated over 11,000. So that's over our number here. If we were to go to 1800, this would be 36 because 1800 times 2 will be close to the range of 15,000. And simply looking for these high probability setups is what is key. That's what's going to take your account and go to the moon with it. However, you have to understand what is happening in the full picture to be able to capitalize on it. And the most important part is also looking at psychology. That is also important. That's what's going to keep your head in the game when things don't make sense. Following your rules in a mechanical fashion is what it's all about. And I'm going to be honest, I'm still, even after a year, nearly a year and a half of doing this, I'm still finding myself psychologically not always being ready, but taking the shot when everything lines up, even though you're not sure how it works out, is what you have to do to become a disciplined trader. And with discipline and the process, eventually the rewards come. So this was just going to be a small video telling you how you could make 10K in one day. And obviously by repeating the process, if we came to today's market here, what we're looking for is a M. So in this case, we can see the M here. If I change it to a line chart, we see the first leg here and the second leg that's higher. And if we were to zoom in on this area, we can see here that this is the M structure I was talking about here. And you could make an entry point here, or if you're going to be advanced, it'll be around this area. If you were going to be intermediate, potentially around here. If you're going to be a beginner, somewhere in this region. Either way, stop loss will still be at 200 pips. We want to make sure that we're out of the way of whatever the market maker is going to do. In terms of money management, that's another video, which is very important, because you want to make sure you always have capital and you don't want to risk too much. Now, how I do it is slightly unconventional, in the sense that my risk is more than the fabled 2%. However, I have a plan in place so that I'm making consistent profits while reducing my risk tolerance with every trade, staying on a lot size for a certain amount of time, and then moving to the next one. But that'll come in a future video on how to double your account and how to grow a small one. So as we can see here, if we do the same thing again, we can see that in the space of an hour, we've done it again. So that took an hour. And as I said with gold, when things move with gold, they move pretty quickly. So here, that took 45 minutes. This took 1 hour. So in an hour, you just made yourself, if you're on 5 lots, 15,000. In this case, it'll be a bit less, So in this case, it would be over 10,000 is the goal. So if you could do that repeatedly, just simply looking for high value type 1, and I'm using terminology which I'll explain in a future video, but if you look for high value probability setups, like we have my green thumb of approval, we can see that the money is there. It's just a case of you being in the right place at the right time. So actually, let's take a look at this as the final one. So here I have criteria as well that I use, which I'll set out in another video of how I pick these high profitable setups. So we can see here that we have first moves the upside here. You can notice by this move breaching out of the Bollinger Band on this TI here. And you can notice that these two candles, there's one quick up movement and one quick down movement. This is called a railroad track. So that signifies that the market is going to be heading downwards, and you can see that it ended up doing that. So if we look here, we can take an entry. If you're looking at this as an advanced person, entry would be up here. If looking at this as intermediate, entry would be here, using the 1 minute chart to help with that. If you're looking at this as a beginner, I would probably say halfway to here. Stop loss 200 pips, about up here, and as we can see here, there's no drawdown. There's no, you're not in negative, you're straight positive as soon as you're in. Now this doesn't give you the whole thing. However, there's also rules you can put in place to help say that you at least want to take out of 1350, you want to take at least 75% of your trade. So that is about 850 pips at least. So this went all the way down to about 1175, nearly 1200 here. If you went up to about 1150 or 1200, you only have a small remainder to take to get the rest of it, which you can easily do coming back up here. So that's all I want to share with you guys, that the fact that you can make 10,000 in a day. Once again, it all depends on scaling and growing your account. In another video, I'll be sharing how to do that. So I hope you liked this video, and if you can like, comment, share the video out, people who are interested in day trading, and let's get the message out there. Thanks a lot, guys. This has been the Forex Sensei. Peace. I'm out.